Welcome back, everybody. If you couldn't already tell from the intro, I got a very special collaboration today, once again, with Mr. Zach Pope. And before we move any further with the topics we're going to discuss today, Zach, say hello to everybody.
What is up, Cody's channel? Thank you for having me, Cody. I'm so happy to be talking more sweet film life stuff, and this will be a really fun video to do.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys, this is the sweet film life that Zach and I have. We love talking about movies, but today we're not going to be reviewing movies. We're going to be delving a little bit more into movie news. And if you guys know about a little bit of the history about me and Zach, we first met when we spoiler talked over It, and we got some really exciting news for It Chapter 2. Now, I would love to introduce it, but Zach, you're the guest here. Let us know what the news is.
Alright, so thank you for bringing it over to me. Let's talk about this. The amazing redhead, Jessica Chastain, wants to be in It Chapter 2 as Beverly Marsh, one of the best characters in the first It. And let's just say, when me and Cody did our fan casting, we both said, Jessica Chastain, she's perfect. She's worked with the director before on Mama. The director wants her to be in it. So I think if this doesn't happen, it's honestly BS. There has to be something behind the scenes that made this not happen because this is so perfect.
Absolutely. Jessica Chastain, she's a phenomenal actress. And I mean, when she came out and talked about this, she not only said that she was a big fan of Andre Muschietti, she's good friends with him, she is also best friends with his wife. And she's very interested in being in It Chapter 2. Honestly, with all of these things lining up, with how everything is looking, it's like a 98% chance that this is going to happen. This is really, really exciting stuff. And you guys know me and Zach. You know how much we loved It Chapter 1. That whole story was great. This is so exciting.
It is really exciting because Jessica Chastain is one of the best actresses out there. And I cannot wait to see what she does in Molly's Game this year because she looks to be giving one of the best performances of this year. And I mean, really just, she's one of the best actresses working today. In any movie you see her in, it doesn't matter even if it's a bad movie, she is great. And I think It Chapter 2, the director is going to bring out something even better in her. And I think she's perfect for the part of Bev.
We agree once again, Zach. I mean, Jessica Chastain, she is more than likely my favorite actress working today. I have never seen a bad performance from her. I know Andre Muschietti's last film, Mama, it was very, very divisive. I had some fun with it. Zach, I know that you weren't exactly the biggest fan of it, but we both agree that Jessica Chastain was really, really great in it. And it just goes to show, even if she's in a movie that's not very good, even if everybody around her isn't really giving it their all, Jessica Chastain always brings it 110%. She's an Oscar-worthy actress, and honestly, her addition to It Chapter 2, this would add some needed gravity to this situation. Honestly, I would love to see It Chapter 2 get awards consideration. I know it's a horror film, but It Chapter 1 was so much more than that. It was a coming-of-age story with horror elements in it, and so many people love it and connected to it.
I think it has the consideration. I mean, honestly, this year is already pretty stacked, and if it wasn't super stacked, I honestly would say maybe it could sneak its way in. Maybe it still will. I think it might get some nomination awards for the score, especially because I think the score is very underrated in it. But It Chapter 2, I think bringing Jessica Chastain, if you're going to get her, I'm so curious to see who else they bring in. But like we said, guys, this is not totally confirmed, but for me and Cody, we both think it's like 98% of the chance gonna happen. I would be utterly shocked if it didn't, because like I said, the director wants her. She wants to be in it. It's like the studio just needs to click, make it happen.
100%. And if this does happen, seeing who else they would bring on board is a very, very interesting subject. But It Chapter 2, although I would love to talk about this all day and talk about Jessica Chastain and her perspectives in this new chapter of It, it's not the only thing we're talking about. We also got some news when it comes to the sequel to Suicide Squad. Now, Zach, I'll let you lead that off as well.
Not a big fan of Suicide Squad, but I will say if they do this for Suicide Squad 2, I love the director coming on board, Gavin O'Connor. He's done one of my favorite movies from last year, The Accountant, and now he's supposed to be doing this Suicide Squad 2, written and directing with Will Smith and my favorite girl, Margot Robbie, coming back. But the big news in here is that Dwayne Johnson is rumored to be in this film as Black Adam. Years ago, we heard that this guy was going to be Black Adam, and it's like, when are you finally going to show us him in the Black Adam outfit? Will he show up in Justice League as a post-credit scene? Probably not. Is he going to show up in Shazam? Nope, because they already confirmed he's not. So where are we going to first see him at? And that's Suicide Squad, because apparently the story is that the Suicide Squad are tasked with bringing back a mass weapon of destruction, which is supposed to be Black Adam. And I think a lot of people are worried, well, how will Dwayne Johnson fit this into his schedule? Let's be honest, the dude's a working man. He'll fly overnight to film some scenes, fly back to film whatever else he's filming. He's a great guy.
Dwayne Johnson, he is such a hardworking individual. I mean, you look at all of the stuff that he's done in his career. I mean, every single year now, he's got like a bazillion projects lined up. And we heard back in the day, it was either like 2012 or 2013, we heard about a Black Adam and Shazam project where Dwayne Johnson was gonna be Black Adam. But like Zach said, we've been waiting for such a long time. And honestly, Suicide Squad 2, even if it's not that great of a film, one thing we can take away from it is that Dwayne Johnson will be entertaining and he will give it 110%. Very much like a film this year, Baywatch. I didn't like that film. I thought it was abysmally done, but I thought Dwayne Johnson was one of the best parts of that movie. And it doesn't matter what he is, Fast and the Furious, Baywatch, whatever project that Dwayne Johnson is added onto, he adds some needed gravity and he adds a character that you can cling on to. And so that is a benefit to Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, you look at The Rock. If he goes into a franchise, like you said, he'll give it 110%, but usually he boosts that franchise up. I mean, look at Fast and Furious. Fast 5, it's so great. Not because of the act. I mean, everyone else is there is great, but Dwayne Johnson really helped boost that franchise up. Maybe Warner Brothers is looking at this and being like, hey, you know, we can't really figure out a Suicide Squad story. Why don't we do this? It's a basic story, but we're going to have Dwayne Johnson in there, and it'll give some more greatly needed oomph to the movie, because if I don't hate the first Suicide Squad, I just think it's really disappointing in a lot of facts, but I think it had a lot of positives to it. Will Smith, Margot Robbie, the characters were awesome in that, and I think bringing in Dwayne Johnson will probably add more to it, because the Fast and Furious, we don't go to see Fast and Furious because of the stories. We go to see it because of the characters we like and the action in there, and I think Suicide Squad 2, with the director on board, and if this really does come out to be Dwayne Johnson being Black Adam in here, I think this will be great news.
It definitely would be. And honestly, Suicide Squad, although it may not be great, I am excited to see what Dwayne Johnson will bring to the role of Shazam, what he will bring to Suicide Squad 2. And of course, we know we got Will Smith and Margot Robbie, and they're going to be great as well. So no matter what Suicide Squad may bring, we got a lot in store, and it's very interesting to see what's coming down the pipeline.
It really is, and seeing and wondering how the Justice League is going to turn out, I really think it's going to turn out to at least be a good film. I think the DCU is up on a propeller, and I think having Black Adam show up in Suicide Squad 2 will help that part of the franchise out a lot. And just, I have a lot of hope for this franchise. I don't ever want to see a movie franchise die out, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen too. In all honesty, there's so much to discuss. There's so much subject matter at our fingertips. But this might be a good place for us to wrap up. I understand that as far as the collaborations Zach and I have done, this is one of our shorter ones. But guys, we want some feedback from you. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, if you want us to continue doing these movie news update type things in little small collaborations, let us know. Leave some comments, leave likes or dislikes. You know, whatever you want to say, any feedback would be great. And honestly, Zach, you probably have some last words, so what do you gotta say?
Well, my last words, Cody, is thank you so much for having me. You're a great guy. I'm so happy to be on your channel, and I feel blessed to always be able to talk movies with you, because that's why we do this on YouTube. You guys can find me over on YouTube at Zach Pope. You'll probably put down a link down below so you guys could check that out. Check out our fan casting, because that was one of the best videos that I think we've done. Just lots of energy, lots of love for it. So if you're fans of it, you're gonna love that video a ton. But as always, guys, thank you so much, Cody, again, and you guys stay classy.
All right. Thank you so much, Zach, for those last words. Any collaboration that we do on here, the YouTube community is such a great thing, especially the YouTube movie critics and reviewers community. These videos are so much fun to put together. And Like we've said before, guys, whatever feedback you can give us, we would love to hear, because this was a lot of fun. And if you like it, maybe we'll do some more in the future. But as always, it is what you guys say that matters. So what did you think of the topics we discussed here today? What do you think of the possibility of Jessica Chastain being in It Chapter 2? What do you think of Shazam being in Suicide Squad 2? Whatever your thoughts are, leave them down below, and Zach and I will be sure to interact with as many of you as we can get to. And if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right there and subscribe, and be sure to subscribe to Zach Pope's channel, and you all have a fantastic day.